Scott, for those who don't know, why are you here rather than Jay? It's been a real interesting week at the club, hasn't it?
Yeah, obviously it's never nice to lose a gaffer halfway through the season or late doors in the season. Obviously we wanted him to see it out. But obviously I've come in to take over to the end of the season and that's what I'll be trying to do and hopefully we can pick up a few results unlike today.
As you say, it wasn't the greatest performance today, but some feel like the performance was better than the result.
I don't know. I think from the week we've had, listen, it's always tough. I think for the boys to lose a gaffer and obviously everyone loved the gaffer. So it is tough when you lose someone like that. But I felt the boys' reaction in training on Tuesday and Thursday was excellent. I didn't really envisage the result today from what we did in training on Tuesday and Thursday. But that's football. Listen, I've been there. I've been there as a player. Obviously, first time as a manager, it was a tough one today. But listen, I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it, and I'll learn from it, and I'll learn from it as well. But I think performance-wise, I think listen, when a player comes in or one of your mates comes in, it's one of them. It goes one or two ways. I think it goes one or two ways, and it went the other way today. Listen, they could have been 6, 7, 8 today. If it wasn't for Matty, I thought he was excellent. Saved 2 pens, didn't really have a chance with any of the goals. Mistakes again. That's been our Achilles heel, our set plays. We know who our men are, we know who to mark, and we still don't want to do it. So that's the frustrating thing, I think, from us today. And I know the gaffers had that same feeling all throughout the season with set plays, and it's just that's been us this season, and that's what's let us down. But I'm not. I know H has just spoke to the boys in there, and it's communication, it's talking, and we lack that. And without certain people on the pitch, I think it disrupts that, and we don't have maybe as many leaders as we should. We've got a couple out there that talk, but I don't think we have enough as a team and enough organisers to make sure that we do defend the box and we make sure we're marking our men. And that was the disappointing thing. That was the frustrating thing today, because I just think if you stay in the game a little bit longer, and I think when we had that spell in the first half and then second half, at the start of the second half, I thought we had a really good spell. You give yourself a chance, but set plays again kills your third goal. Game over then, isn't it? And you're chasing the game, and I think that's what it was after the third goal. We were chasing the game, and they hit us on the counter, and it was what it was. But yeah, it's a baptism of fire. So I'm really relishing the rest of these 4 games, and hopefully we can put on a little bit of a better performance next week at Western.
You mentioned it there. Matt made 2 saves. What were your thoughts on the penalties themselves?
I think they're both pens. I think they're both penalties. They're both penalties. Listen, I thought some of the decisions may be a little bit questionable from free kicks outside the area and things like that, but the 2 pens were penalties. Very naive from both Mikey and Jay. More so Jamie, I think, because he's so experienced in them situations, and he's been excellent this season for us. But yeah, they're both penalties, so there's no qualms with that. You
mentioned it coming in, it's always going to be a tough job, but what learning curves or learning points can you take into Western next week?
Listen, it's still very raw. The game's still very raw. I'll have a look back at it. I know Ded as well, and it's after the game, there's a lot of emotion. So I know how the gaffer feels after games, but I don't want the boys to let these 3 weeks just pass us by and we waste 3 weeks. I want us to enjoy these 3 weeks. And the only way we're going to enjoy it is by winning games. So I'm going to get back to the drawing board and figure out the best way to beat Western next week.
What's your message to the fans?
Listen, stick with us. Stick with us. Listen, I know we didn't give you much to cheer about today, but we will. I promise you that now. We will. We'll give you absolutely everything in these last 4 games. And if we don't, those players will not play. So that's how it's going to be. We're going to make sure everyone's out there playing for the club, playing for the shirt to the end of the season, and I promise you that will happen for the next 4 games.
Thank you, Scott, for today.